proceed, we'll wait for a couple of minutes more so that everyone else can join. So guys, we'll wait for another couple of minutes so that everyone else can join. We'll be starting this session in next 2 minutes. Thanks for waiting.
Hi Chirag, hi everyone. Chirag, I think you are on mute. You are saying something.
Hi Ashish.
Can we start the session or should we wait for
Uh,
2 minutes?
let's just wait for another 2 minutes so that everyone else can join.
Sure, sure, sure. Today we can see good number of people. Okay, nice. I think we should start. Okay, it's 7. It's 5 minutes already. So if everyone can join, okay, we can take care of.
Yep. So hey guys, thank you so much for joining this event today. The agenda for this event is a webinar which would be related to the power of custom software for startups. We're excited to have you guys with us so that you can understand what startup can do to a business and how it can be useful for a business in a longer run. So my name is Chirag and I'm your host for the day. And before we dive in deeper, let me introduce you who we are and what do we do. At SnabbTech, we build scalable, high-quality software. Our expertise includes mobile app and website development, generative AI, cloud solutions, which in diverse areas and domains like healthcare, e-commerce, social media, sports, entertainment, and many more. We are proud to be ISO 9001 certified and ISO 27001 certified. And we are our certification makes us stand out from rest of the world because we focus majorly on security and quality. Our focus is on helping startups launch MVPs and grow them with confidence. Now I'll introduce our speaker for the day, Ashish, who is CEO and founder of SnabbTech. Ashish has over a decade of experience in building tech solutions and helping businesses turn bold ideas into impactful products. So Ashish, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Chirag. Thanks for this introduction. Right, guys, I think we can give all the intentions, okay, for the next 40 minutes, okay, in this session, okay, so that we can get most of it, right? So our today's agenda is how the custom softwares are powering the startups, okay. So I'm dividing this particular session, okay, into 10 different sections, okay, starting from the discussions of how startups are building, okay, and till the 10th section, okay, in which we will discuss about the I will give all the answers of your queries, okay, if you have after this session. Okay. So now if we start discussing about the ecosystem, okay, the environment, how startups are building, I think nowadays, okay, the startups are in the race to innovate, okay, because everyone here, okay, every founder, okay, is here to just innovate their ideas, right? So they need a tech. Everyone is looking for a tech solutions, okay, who that can evolve with their businesses, right? But we saw as a company, okay, the founders are struggling with their product developments, customer acquisitions, and fundraising. Because this is just because they are relying on the ready-made solutions, okay, and they can't able to adapt the scalability, the security, and other major functionalities. So the solutions that we have is the custom softwares where they have the full control. The custom softwares letting them move faster, okay, and they can also build all the functionalities strategically, right? So what are the main problems, okay, that we can say with these ready-made softwares? The main problem that founders are facing is the unique workflows, because every idea is unique, every startup is unique, okay, but all these ready-made solutions are built only for the common use cases. So if your idea is unique, okay, how you can work with the ready-made solutions, okay? You need to create your custom products, right? The another cost is the licensing and recurring cost, okay. It's about monetization, okay, because you have to buy a license for a monthly or annual basis, or you have to pay a recurring cost. But if you build a custom software, okay, you need to spend money for the first time, and then you can use the software for rest of your life. And the another thing, okay, you can have the eligibility to scale it properly, to secure it properly. You don't have any restrictions, because all these ready-made solutions, okay, they have the restrictions on the scalability and security. You have to store all the information, all your customers' information on the third-party servers. That is a big breakage. If you can see the real-world examples, like if we can see the big players, okay, like a Flipkart in a e-commerce, okay, or in a carpooling, if we saw the Uber, they all are working on a custom software solutions. No one is using these off the shelf softwares. Okay, just imagine, okay, Flipkart is using a WordPress. Okay, do you guys really think that particular application will be scalable? But yeah, they build their own custom solution. They have their own workflows. Okay, the user journeys, everything. So that's why nowadays, okay, they are leader in their industry. So now, if we need to define a custom software, I think the software that defines and design based on the business needs, based on your startup needs. It's not like a commercial software. It's like who can complete your business goals. So that is called a custom software, from where, okay, you should be flexible to innovate much faster. You can add your security based on your needs. Okay, like if you are doing in a healthcare, okay, you need to add a HIPAA compliance, GDPR, ISO certifications. Okay, but if you're dealing with the third parties, you can't do it. There are some limitations. So you need a custom software for your startups. Now if we go ahead in the same direction, okay, why startups need software solutions? The main agenda is because every startup is unique, so they need to create a specific software that can help them to achieve their business models, that can help. The custom software basically enables to do a rapid modifications, the improvements based on the user's feedback. So that's why startup needs it, because startup is something when you launch, you have to take feedback from the customers and you need to change your application based on that. But if you are using a third party websites, okay, softwares, you can't do this. Okay, in the custom software, you also increase the user experience, user engagement, uh, by modifying some use cases, okay, based on the feedbacks. And the main part is the security. All the data that you have, okay, all the customers data, you can store on your servers. You don't need to depend upon any third party, any vendor. So these are main core features. Okay, but if you we get the benefits, okay, main benefit will be the founder or the company will be the full owner, okay, of the complete code base and the IPs. So they can implement a better security system, they can implement a better scalability architecture infrastructure. And if we talk about in the long term, okay, like 1 year 2 year, okay, then they will get a higher ROI on the custom softwares, right? And based on that, okay, they can improve the user experience. And also the custom softwares are, they have a more adaptability, like they can integrate with any third parties. If you want to integrate any CRM, okay, any billing tool, okay, you are open to that. But if you are using any particular third party software, you have to restrict, right? Now if we compare the custom softwares with the do it yourself, because nowadays, okay, these kind of technologies, okay, these kind of methods, okay, are coming in a boom. Like you can create your website in 2 3 minutes, okay, so this way. But if you are going for a custom software, okay, you can build your website in more effective way that's specific for your business. So if we compare both, okay, like custom software is always built by a professionals. So you can assume, okay, professionals build build with the proper architecture, with a clean code, okay, and always follow the industry best practices, okay. And also you can increase the security, scalability, and performance in the long run, okay, because once you have a good database, okay, your software, your application should be scalable. It should be secure, okay. It should not their APIs, their UI, okay, should not lag, okay. So the performance wise should be perfect, right? And also if I talk about UI and UX, okay, your design should look professionally, right? The user flows, okay, the user journeys should be perfect, okay. Only then your application will work properly. And if anything is built by professionals, okay, there are lower chances of bugs and reworking. Okay, the bugs will not be there if you no need to rework. It will save so much time and the same amount of time you can spend to grow your business, right? So guys, can you hear me properly? Just give me a go ahead, okay, if you can hear me. Just send me a message in the chat window if you can hear me. Thanks, Sudhi. So yeah, perfect, perfect, perfect. Guys, just share your questions in the chat window if you have. Okay, I will answer each and every question after this, uh, after my session. Okay, so we will be on the same page. Okay, so now we in this slide. Okay, we are comparing the custom software with the DIY development. Okay, now we understand. Okay, how we can create a custom software. Then on the other hand, okay, if we talk about the DIY softwares, okay, these generally built by a small teams or a single founder. Okay, because these are usually working with a SaaS based approach. Okay, and you can just create your website in 2-3 minutes. Okay, then you guys can understand, okay, how they build. Okay, because and there may be sometimes there are higher chances of bugs or poor performance. Okay, that will affect your business. Just if we follow the same example of Flipkart, okay, if they start using WordPress, okay, then you guys can assume, okay, that how today days, okay, Flipkart will work. Okay, even they are using a custom softwares, okay, they have to spend so much time and money, okay, in that part. So they should be sustainable and their UX designing, okay, everything will be user friendly. And with the DIY software, okay, your designs will be very basics, okay, because you can't play much more with the design part. Okay, so it will limit your scalability. You can't scalable that much higher. Okay, and also the security risk. Okay, because that particular vendor, okay, is delivering things to multiple industries. So the security factor, okay, they will not focus on the security, they always focus on the features. Okay, so your security always will be on the risk, right? And based on that, okay, if you have a higher customers, okay, then you have to pay that cost. Okay, you have to build a custom. So first you are paying for the recurring cost and then you have to pay for the custom. So these are some drawbacks. I think going with the experts, okay, that will save time and money. Okay, and you can launch with a confidence, because once you have a full access, then you have a confidence. Okay, like, yeah, we can do anything. Okay, if you receive any feedback, then we can modify. Right now, if we talk about some critical factors that why startups need to choose the custom developments, so the main factors that are the founders first need to understand, are their processes unique, their business processes, okay, is their business ideas unique? If it is a unique, okay, then of course they need to build a custom. Okay, if it's a normal, okay, that everyone is doing like a e-commerce, okay, then they can go for that. Okay. The second thing is, the second question always come in the mind that are they assuming their user base will grow rapidly or not? If they plan to offer, okay, on a occasionally on any first festival, okay, then of course their user base will grow rapidly. So these third party vendors will not work with that, right? And the another thing is the security and compliance. Okay, what type of security and compliance they need? Okay, like if they are looking for any, they are looking to launch in a US market, then there should be a HIPAA compliance for healthcare, okay, and for e-commerce and other things, they should have a ISO certificates. So they need to check, and also the data ownership and privacy will be the top concern. So all these questions, okay, they need to think about it before starting with any vendor. Okay, like if they are if they want to compromise with all these points, then they can go. Right, guys, let's take a 1 minute break, okay? So that if anyone is pending, okay, he can join and then we can start.
So yeah, let's start again. So I think in the founders, okay, we sometimes we realize there are some common myths about the custom software. Okay, like these are very expensive. Okay, these takes too long to build. Okay, it's hard to maintain or only for big companies, but it is not like that, because if we can see in a long term, okay, for 2 years, okay, then the custom software will be cheaper than the SaaS base, because in this you have to spend only first time. But in a SaaS base, okay, you need to spend every month or year, right? And you can't switch once you start with any third party vendor. Okay, you can't switch. that I guess you can also understand. And now if we talk about it's take too long, okay, so I think most of the companies, okay, and the development process is like we will build MVP with the agile development, okay. So where we start with the basic functionalities, okay, and then we can increase the functionality week by week or a month by month. So this way the founders have a chance, they can start with the MVP in 2-3 months, okay, they have the feedback, okay, and then they can change the functionalities. And if we talk about how to maintain, okay, like if they find the right partner, the development partner, okay, I think the maintenance will be simple, because if from the day one the code is clear, architecture is clear, okay, then they no need to maintain, they no need to spend that much cost for maintenance, right? And if anyone is thinking but only for big companies, then you can assume, okay, every company start from the zero, okay. If you are thinking that way for big companies, then you can't build custom once you have the data on the third party servers, right? So there are some key components, okay, just for this for a good custom software, okay. The main component is the interactive UI. If your UI UX is good, okay, then customers will definitely start using it. It's a first step, okay. If your UX UI is not good, okay, then the customer will come to your application, they move away. So the UI UX should be interactive, okay, it should be creative. The second point is the modular architecture. It means that all the features, all the core features in the application should be easily accessible, okay, like a onboarding process of a customer for a provider, okay, the booking creation flow, okay, that should be really easy for a customer. So because your application will gonna use from the 15-year-old young boy till the I think 60-year-old person, okay. So it should be easily accessible, right? You should have a real-time tracking system, okay, so that you can see where your customers are getting stuck, where then you can improve that functionality, okay. The other two main components are the security and the custom integrations, okay. The security is something that how you are storing your information on the databases, right? So in the custom integrations, right, how you are connecting your app with the other social media apps or any CRM billing app based on the use cases, right? So these are some key components of the custom software, right? Now we were discussing about the scalability, but if we understand what is this scalability basically, it means when your application is growing, okay, your data, your the performance of the application should not affect, right? If you are getting more and more users rapidly, okay, your performance, application performance should not get delayed, right? It's called scalability. And I think the the good team, the just give me a minute. Yeah, I think the good applications, the customer applications are mostly scalable, okay. You have that eligibility, but if you are using for a third party vendors, you can't change anything in their architecture. So that may be scalable or maybe not, okay. But yeah, at the end, if you have a good user base, okay, you need to switch uh, to the to the vendors application, to the custom application, okay. Yeah, sorry guys. Mhm. So now if we are discussing more about, okay, how we can design the scalability from the day one, okay, if we are going with a custom one, okay, we can start using the native infrastructure applications like AWS, GCP, Azure, Microsoft Azure, okay. So these are providing a good infrastructures. We can start building our application with microservices, okay. We can optimize our databases, and also we can implement the load balancers, the load handling, okay, right? So that if we are getting excess load, okay, they should be properly managed over the system, and our scalability should be there, okay. The performance should be good. So these are basic things, okay, that we need to take care of while planning for scalability of applications. Now, if we talk about the security, the main concern of security is to how you are storing information on the server. Is this in an encrypted format, and which encrypted protocols we are using to storing information? Like how we are storing the login access tokens, okay, the login information, the passwords, okay, all this stuff. And sometimes, okay, if we are dealing with some HIPAA compliance, okay, then they have their compliance, like we can't store the person information in a plain text, okay. So that way we need to add some more security for the HIPAA and GDPR rules. So this is a main things that we can manage in the custom software, but all these kind of things we can't manage in the third party vendors. So these are some more benefits, okay, related to the scalability and security. So now if we are want to discuss more about the tech stack, okay, which tech stack is perfect for the custom software that we need to use. I think the trending technologies on the back end are the Node.js, Python, Go languages. Okay, and on the front end side, we can start using React.js, Vue.js, Angular. Okay, the latest version of Angular. And for the mobile, we can start using Kotlin, Swift UI, React Native. These are the main technologies. Okay, and also these are trending technologies these days. And on the database side, we can use a MongoDB, Firebase, the MySQL. For server, we can go for AWS Azure. Okay, for DevOps, we can go for Docker. So these are all major technologies you can see on my screen. Okay, we can use anyone. Okay, from there. And now if we discuss, okay, now we discussed about the technologies, everything. Okay, now how these custom software, okay, enhancing the customer experience. Basically, the customer experience, we can build a personalized customer experience based on the analytics, okay, based on the their location, okay, their choices. So this way we can so that they can interact more with the application, right? And the other thing with the customer softwares, okay, we can increase the performance by optimizing, so their APIs should respond faster, okay, their UI should not lagging. That can improve the customer experience. The another way we can interact with the customer by real-time notifications, okay, by sending them updates, okay, by SMSs, sending SMSs and emails, okay. And also we can integrate our software with the payments. And if we are dealing with any enterprise, okay, we can create some custom dashboards or personalized dashboards, okay, so that users can track their information, track their activities. So this way we can enhance the customer experience based on their searches, based on their locations. All right. Now, if any founder is here, okay, they want to plan, okay, how they want to plan, okay, there are some steps, okay, that let me give you a brief, okay. The first thing is they should have a clear business goals, like what type of application they are building, what type of audience they are targeting, okay, why they want to build, okay. So the business goal should be clear. And addition to that, okay, they should have the clarity on the functionalities, like what kind of functionalities they are looking for in the application, right? Like they can prioritize some features, okay, for the MVP, who are the core features, okay, and versus, and also for the rest of the features that are good to have, okay, they can build later for the full version. So this way they can spend they can save time and money, okay, and they can go in a market with only MVP after 2-3 months. And once MVP will be ready or a full version will be ready, how they're planning to test, okay, and if anything goes wrong, okay, how they want to iterate. Once they have all these steps, okay, then they can choose the right development partner based on their needs, so that they can build the complete custom application very faster. Right. So if we talk about at SnabbTech, okay, we are following a way, okay, in the development, okay. You guys can follow the same way. In the first step, okay, we always do a discovery call or provide a consultation. We will discuss about the idea. We will understand the customer need, okay, and provide you the consultation based on their needs, okay, the technologies and everything. What kind of security they need, okay, what kind of technologies they need to work on. So that way it's first step from our side, like a discovery and a consultation, and then we will start working on the wireframings and prototypes, where we will create a basic designs, okay, and once so that they have a basic idea, okay, how the user flows will work, okay. Once the wireframing is done, then we will move to the designing part on the Figma, on the Adobe with the designers, okay, so they have a clear picture, okay, they how their mobile application and web application will looks like. And after that, okay, we will start the development with the agile methodology, where we will plan the sprints, the weekly sprints, okay, the monthly sprints, okay. So it's based on the number of functionalities and the based on the deadlines. Once development will be completed, then we will show the testing will be done properly, the load testing, the API testing, okay, the everything will be done properly, and then we will deploy for a launch, okay. the founders can go in a market, okay, with the application, and then meanwhile we will also provide the maintenance, okay, and working on the features, okay, the enhancements. So the main timeline for this particular MVP will be around 8 to 9 weeks, okay, where first 2 weeks, okay, we will spend on the discovery and design. The another 2 to 4 weeks we will spend upon the development, and then other 2 weeks we will spend upon the testing, and then we can go for a live. And once we are live, okay, then we will always monitor the stats, okay, always monitor the bugs, issues, okay. If anyone is coming, okay, if feedback is coming, we will start working on that part, right? And now if we talk about the cost considerations, okay, what are the initial cost considerations for a founder, okay? The first one is the total development cost, okay. Addition to that, they need to focus on how they are hosting, okay, what's the hosting and infrastructure cost, like on a AWS, how they are hosting, okay, the maintenance cost, and so this way they can consider all the costs, right? So now if any founder need to measure the ROI of custom software, okay, how they can measure, okay, they can increase the revenue with efficiency, okay, because custom software you can mold with your business needs, right? They can reduce the time to market, they can reduce time to go to the market basically, okay, they can complete the development as soon as possible and they can go to market. They in the initial days, okay, they can decrease the number of tools, okay, they who are provide who we need to add subscription, okay. So this way they can measure the ROI. And if we talk about the post launch support, okay, how our founders can work on this part, okay, they need to track the bugs, okay. For them they can track the third party tools, okay, like Amplitude, okay, the branch.io. There are so many tools in the market, okay, we can integrate that, okay, and they can start tracking each and every bug, the user behavior, okay, and based on that they can improve the performance, okay, they can improve uh, the applications, okay, the user behavior, right? And so in SnabbTech, okay, we mainly use the GitHub, okay, for our version control, the we for our project management, okay, we use Jira, and for the designing part we mostly use the Figma and the Adobe, okay. We use Postman for the API testing, okay. These are some major tools, okay, but there are much more tools that we use, okay. We can't mention each and every, just because of NDA science, right? But this way we work professionally, our teams are fully experienced, okay. So now if we talk about some risk, okay, like if any founder, okay, who's not do not want to go with a custom, okay, what are the risks they should understand, okay? The first one is the limited competitive edge, because there are many ideas in the market, okay, and many founders are working on the same idea. So maybe there are chances some are working on the custom one and some are working with the vendors, okay. So then on the custom side, okay, they have a full eligibility to change the application based on the customer needs. But on the other side, if you are going with a vendor, you can't change overnight, okay. You have to spend time, you have to wait for the vendors, you have a dependency. So this way, these are some major risks, okay. The scalability will be the major risk. The security, you have to depend upon the vendor for that to change any minor thing, right? So this we build up this checklist, okay, for every founder, okay, who are working with any third party or vendor, okay, or who are using their customers, okay. So if they can see this checklist, okay, they can realize, okay, are they really looking for a custom one or a third party, right? So if their problem is unique, of course they need to create their custom software, right? If the existing tools are holding them back, okay, because if they're limiting it basically, if they're all the functionalities that are in mind, okay, are not in their application, then of course they need to build a custom solutions. So the scalability, the next step is the scalability. They're looking for are they really looking for a scalable in the next 6 months, okay, because everyone needs to plan for a future. Okay, so these are some points, okay, these are 5 points that every founder should know, okay, and based on that they can get a decision. So are they really looking for a customer or not? So now if we talk about why SnabbTech is the right partner, because we have a dedicated development team, okay, who are working with more than 50 projects, okay. We have experience in scalable architecture. Based on that, we are we deliver more than 150 projects, okay, and now even now we are working with more than 25 projects on our production servers. And because we worked with so many projects, so we have expertise in delivering MVP very faster, okay. We know in which use case, okay, what are the functionalities that we need to build, okay. So it's come from the experience, okay. So that's why we said that we can be a right partner for you, MVP. We always show our pricing, okay, at day one, okay. So there will be no hidden cost, okay, after starting the work. And also we support the founders, okay, after the launch, okay, because we can be a partner, okay. This is one of our service, okay, where we always partner with the startups, with enterprise on their tech side. So if you want to start with us, these are three, four steps, okay. Just you can book a 30-minute consultation call, and so we will share and you can share your product vision with our expertise person, okay. So our expert person will share the proposals and the roadmaps, and then we can start building. So this is a four-step solution. And yeah, guys, if anyone has any question, okay, they can send in the chat window. I'm here to answer. Yeah. So if anyone have any question, okay, they can share in the chat window, okay. I will answer each and every question, okay. Guys, can you hear me? Right? Okay, okay. Thank you, Shweta. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, guys, you can share your questions here, okay, in the chat window. I'm here to answer. Right, and here's our contact information. If anybody want to contact us later, okay, with for any query, okay, so I will be there. I'm also sharing a meeting link, okay, in the chat, okay. If anybody want to schedule meeting, okay, to discuss anything, okay, I can. Okay, thank you everyone. Thanks for your time, okay. If anybody have any question, okay, I'm here to answer, okay. Yeah, Ramesh, you can ask your question, okay, in the chat. I- So Ramesh, yeah, so you maybe need to build a custom CRM, okay, based on your needs. Yovo is providing us so much functionalities, okay, that may be complex for your team or you. Okay, so we can discuss all the requirements, okay, that you need, okay, and then maybe, yeah, I think here is a meeting link, okay, you can schedule a meeting and then we can connect and discuss about your needs, okay, and I can guide you properly that how you can manage all the things with the CRM. Ramesh, at this point of time without having any idea on the requirement, okay, it will be for us to share the cost with you, right? But yeah, before discussing with your boss, okay, you can schedule a meeting. My expert person can connect with you and give you a roughly idea by understanding your requirement. Okay, I think that will be a perfect way, right? Because we don't want to do any false commitment with you. Ramesh, that we can discuss over a meeting, right? Yeah, and my expert person will connect with you, okay. You can just schedule a meeting, okay, and then you can discuss with a person. So Ramesh, this QA session is for a, yeah, sure. This QA session is just to understand the basic needs, right? If you are looking to understand the costing and other things, okay, that we need to understand your requirement, okay. Because having a requirement, okay, that's why I showed you some steps, okay. The first step will be the discovery thing, okay. Our team want to understand your requirement, and then we can discuss. Yeah, I think we are good for now, right? So guys, thanks for joining this event, right?